But it's just not the right time. Okay. Anyways.
In your mouth.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
That was perfect.
Do you want to? Have you noticed that I've just taken over the role of counting? You cuck.
Well, I kind of like not having the pressure because I feel like it's an easy thing to get blamed for somehow. Because you've blamed me twice when my counting was perfect with me
That's
and
a
Jeff.
cuck-ass answer, dude.
What am
Yeah,
I gonna fucking have a? We can't start on a bad. We can't start on a bad clap. A bad clap is a bad pod. So I can just follow you.
That's what they say. Bad claps, bad pod.
Bad clap, bad pod.
Shout out Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck?
So I'm starting to. I have a theory, and it's not in our favor. So Usain Bolt liked one of my stand-up clips, right? And then liked one of our pod clips, and you sent it to me. And then shortly after, you think it was you sent into the group chat, female UFC fighter liked our pod clip. She has also liked one of my stand-up clips. So there's two theories. I either kill for high-powered athletes, or they just spam like on everything, hoping people will follow them.
I don't think Usain Bolt has to do that.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, no, I think you're a psycho. I think you're crazy.
I think
dude.
He's just scrolling through Instagram.
Yeah,
reels.
I think that. Yeah, he's a normal dude. He probably is just.
That
trying
thing
to
has
see
1.4 million views. It's in people's feeds.
Here's also though what I'm wondering is, do you think, because I'm in the clip that's going viral.
Yeah, Usain Bolt's handsome.
Do you think that he was like, I remember that guy from that other clip.
No, that's psycho.
No, that's too far.
You're psycho.
But maybe, if he likes another one.
I don't think that that's like a crazy thought. I'm not like, it's not like.
You know what? Let's find out. Usain, if you're watching this,
and we know you are.
I'll clip this out and then send it to him.
Dude, I don't think, wait, do
Greetings
you really?
from Jamaica.
No.
Usain. Oh, we're
the
in America.
bobsled team.
What did you just say? The bobsled team?
Yeah, the Cool Runnings.
What's your Jamaican alter ego?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Do you want me to do an
I don't
accent?
have
Is that
one.
what you're trying to do?
Wiki man. Big up Usain Bolt for liking the podcast.
Jamaican is one of those accents you can get away with doing, though. Jamaican,
Yeah,
like British, any European
Italian.
accent, Italian, you can just
What do you do
rip
for
Italians,
Italian, dude? Yeah.
But you know,
You just beat your
it's
wife?
a beat 'em up, whatever.
You just beat your wife and you're like, yeah.
No, that's
Pizza.
that's American Italian. I'm talking real Italian.
Yeah, real Italians.
It's one of those ones you can get away with, but you can't do an Asian accent.
Sure you can.
You shouldn't.
Well, you could, yeah.
You shouldn't.
You can, but you shouldn't.
It's funny.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, it's funny.
Wait, so I do want to come back to this. You really think it's crazy for me to think that Usain Bolt might have recognized me?
Yeah,
Yes.
because based off the fact, think about the amount of things he's encountering a day.
I mean, not more than another human. Like you're
Right, but
making
I
it
wouldn't
seem like-
recognize. I wouldn't. I see people with stand-up clips all the time, and then I've probably seen them doing other things. If you do stand-up, you probably also make other content in some form.
I recognize people like that. Like have you guys seen the guy on TikTok who does the thing where he videos himself trying 12 of a certain type of beer?
Yeah.
He started releasing podcast clips. He does it and he videos it along the way and he reviews it. And by the end, he's trashed. It's funny, I guess. It's fine. He started releasing pod clips and I immediately was like, that's that guy.
I mean, maybe Usain Bolt
It's not
loves you,
insane
dude.
to think that
maybe he
Usain
knows
Bolt
you.
is not only a fan of Matt Ross comic, but also a good girl.
Is he a good? Okay, 1 second. Now I like this. At
Usain
first,
Bolt,
at
good
first I
girl or
didn't-
bad boy?
Yeah.
See, first
at
guys
first
were,
I hated you.
That's see, that's fucked
Let's
up.
send him
dude.
a shirt.
That's selfish as fuck because you guys at first you were like, you guys are fucking stupid, and then I was like, if he's a fan of me, you guys were like, fuck that, and then you were like, I was like, what if he's a fan of us? You
See,
guys
but
were
it's
like, you know
different.
what? Maybe
It's
you're
different.
right.
It's different because it
It's
sounds
not different.
It
You're
sounds
just
a little
selfish.
pretentious to be like he
Usain,
recognized
do you want a shirt,
me.
bro?
Yeah, you're saying if you're listening, we got stickers, bro. It's normally $10. Why'd that did that just shut off?
I don't know. Is the screen off?
It's gray.
It just
and now it's
off.
Uh-oh.
All
That
right.
didn't look good.
Stand by. Were you recording? You probably never hit record.
I did. It was a red dot.
Oh no, it wasn't recording, so it went to sleep.
It was.
God
it literally
damn it.
Had the red dot.
Should we just start over?
Yeah, we might.
Because this Usain Bolt talks gay.
Yeah.
No, it's funny.
We can start it, but we can.
Yeah, it's recording now, and it's got full battery. I think we're fine. We've done so many podcasts.
Yeah.
Well, should we start over because we don't have both angles?
No, dude.
It's fine.
We've done so many. This is again you guys being fucking selfish. We've done so many podcasts where my camera cuts off and it's just you two motherfuckers talking.
No, because
for
we
45 minutes.
We used to sit together. Jeff was always the one that was out of it.
That's happened for Jeff. It's also happened for me in this seat here.
Has it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's happened. We're gonna keep going. I hope everybody's fine with that.
Do you have to clap again?
No, we don't have to. Do
Wait,
we have to clap again?
We do.
You want to do it?
Okay, yeah. I'll take the charge. Right? 1, 2, 3.
We're
Boom.
back.
We're back, baby.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, we never really went anywhere. But
Matt said something about Asian accents, and the ghost of Asian accents cursed our technology, and our shit went down.
if there
let him finish.
were ghosts that like affected certain things,
Yeah.
I would assume that Asian ghosts would affect
Nintendo.
electronics.
What's that? What are those like Asian ghosts movies? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
They have like black hair over their
Grudge.
face. The Grudge. The
Those
Grudge
are-
got our camera, dude.
Those scared the shit
Dude,
out of me.
dude,
We
when I
got
was little,
grudged.
dude, there was nothing. It's crazy because when you're young, those are legitimately like you think that can happen, and then when you get
Yeah.
old, you're just like, oh, this is.
I still get freaked out, dude. I still get
Yeah.
like spooked out.
Do
Like
you?
the other day, we were at dinner and we were somebody brought up Slender Man. Do you guys know what
Yeah,
that is?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
telling my sleep paralysis story. Have I told that on this podcast? Have I
Yeah.
told you guys
We've
at
all
all?
seen the same guy though, isn't that weird?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
is
what
weird,
I'm
yeah.
talking about. So I have. I
haven't heard it.
Okay. So I was doing overnights at the time, and I at the treatment center. So my sleep schedule was all fucked up.
Like you were working.
I go home. Yeah.
Okay.
I go home. I go to sleep. It's like 9:30 in the morning. I wake up. My eyes aren't open yet, but I'm awake to my own voice screaming for God's help in my head. Just like, God
Yeah,
help
yeah.
me. Like, just like, and I open my eyes. I can't breathe. At the time I had like jackets hanging on the back of my door. That was now a tall, dark figure staring at me from across the room. And then I had a backpack where I could just barely see the top of it over the side of my bed. And that was now just like a little creature like sitting on the side of my bed with his like claws on the bed, like staring at me from like here to here, like right in my fucking face. And I was so freaked out, and I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm like praying for help. I'm like, God, please. And then eventually I catch my breath. I sit up like a scene from a horror movie. I like sit up. I'm like, and then everything turns to normal. And then I'm fully awake now. I watch a little ball of light go across my ceiling and down my wall and slip out under my door.
Probably like a car headlight.
No,
Just passing by
no,
the
no, no,
window.
no, no. Not a headlight. It's
creepy.
9 in the morning. It was light outside. It was a
Oh.
spirit.
There were orbs.
It
He was
freaked me
taking selfies. There were orbs in the
It
background.
freaked me the fuck
Dude,
out.
it is weird how you can't move. 'Cause
Yeah.
I had the
Yeah.
same thing where like there
You
was a
can't
thing in the
breathe.
corner of my room, and I could see it out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm like, if I could just fucking look at this thing, I know it won't be there.
Right.
Like the rational part of my brain
Yeah.
was like, that thing's not there, but it's scaring the shit out of me. And if I could just sit up and look at that corner of the room, I'd know it's not real, and you can't
Yep.
move.
No.
You're awake, but you're sleeping and you can't fucking move, and
Yeah.
that shit sucks.
You're paralyzed while you sleep. Sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis,
But
dude.
yeah, no, it's
Bars.
excuse me. It's scary. And you know what I did after, which I don't recommend doing if you have sleep paralysis, is Googling it.
Yeah.
Because science has
No
very
explanation.
little idea what the fuck
You
is
should,
going on.
If you really want to freak out, Google image it.
Oh.
And everybody's seen the same spooky
Trust
guy.
me, I did. So there's all sorts of folklore around it. Like a lot of people, almost everybody sees the tall, dark guy standing in
just
the
like a
corner.
figure.
Very similar to like Slender Man, which is like what started this convo. Like that kind of like gross, like tall, dark figure. But there's all sorts of other folklore of like a kid who sits on your chest, which is
Yeah.
like why
Yeah.
you can't breathe. But it's so creepy that like
it
we
is
all
very,
see the same thing.
It is very funny how like if you do read like some old text or hear some old story about like there was a demon lying on his chest, it's like, oh, you had sleep paralysis, bro.
Yeah, but
This isn't divine intervention.
well, dude, I don't know. I go back and forth between what I do and don't believe when it comes to like spooky shit like that, because it is weird that we all see the same thing and have the same experience. And then if there was a perfect scientific explanation for it, I would be like, okay, but they basically what it is like your body, like is caught in between like being awake and being in like one of the cycles of sleep. But there's so many things that are also unexplained about it that I'm like, it might just be the ghost. You know, it might just be
it
spooky.
could just be spookies.
It's wild.
What if that's an alien abduction?
And then
What if
they probe
like
me? I
being
wish.
paralyzed is them like making sure you don't move, and then when you fall back asleep, they take you.
Well, I'm here though. We're both here.
Well, they drop you back off.
Oh, what did they do to us? You think?
Probably raped you.
That is funny. That is a funny thing though. Wait, that is funny. Rape's not funny ever, but it's funny that we're like aliens probe us. It's just a really funny way of being like,
He raped you.
that's wild.
You got raped
where
by
did
an
that
alien.
Well,
come from?
is there a thought process
Well, I
behind
mean,
it?
I would
Because-
imagine if I were an alien
Just
and I were
immediately put something in
and
its
I-
asshole.
Well, you don't know what this creature is. You don't know what a human is. You need to put something in there to probe it. You see that ass crack? That's the biggest opening.
No, it's
No,
not. What
it's
about
not
the
your
mouth? There's that.
Your
that's
ass
the
crack
obvious-
is bigger than your mouth.
Yeah, but then you spread that thing apart and you go, look at that little tiny thing.
Yeah,
they're
and then,
just
like,
going.
let's see if
They're
we
just
can't
going
fit
by
this
the crack. They're going by crack. Aliens go by crack. If I know aliens,
they
they go by
crack.
cracks.
I
Dude,
don't know, man.
it is crazy. That's like
What if when you die you knew all the secrets of the universe and you met aliens and
I
you
think
were
you
like,
do.
all right, aliens, what's with the anal probes? And they were just like, what information are you trying to get out of this? And they're like, information? We're just gay as hell. dude."
There's-
Yeah, what are you talking
Oh,
about?
that's just Derek. Just
Like,
like
oh,
a hillbilly fucking
They're
idiot.
like, oh
they're
no,
just-
we have great telescopes to monitor humans. That's just it's
He's
Phil. He
just a
fucks
weirdo.
around.
Yeah,
And
he-
what if
It's what
it
he
was just like
does.
the one rogue gay alien,
He's
and
just
they're just like,
striking.
it's everybody is talking. Everybody who talks about us is like probing. It was just one guy.
It was just one-
It was just one weirdo, and we don't even support him.
He's
you know?
just goofing around,
He
dude.
just
He's
haven't.
we had to excommunicate him from the
Because
aliens.
what the fuck is? Because what do you like when you probe? Okay, the only time I know of actual like scientific probing, and I'm also an idiot. I want to preface that it's when you look for like colon cancer, right? That's like the only thing that I know of that goes in your asshole. That's the only time, other than
they're
like a
usually
fun
good.
time.
Yeah.
So like
That's a good
I've
way
had
to
a
get over sleep
colonoscopy.
paralysis.
is
You're like, there's an alien in the corner, but then you're like, he's just checking to see if I got
You
cancer.
just see- yeah,
He's
but that's
just
the
good,
only-
bro.
not a good time
because
to have
nobody's
sleep
ever like
paralysis.
He's a good bro.
because if you catch like a frog when you're young, and it's like I'm equating this to this, but if I'm catching a frog for the first time and I'm looking at it, I'm not like let's put something in its asshole.
Did you hold frogs in
I
your
did
hands?
all the time, dude.
Yeah,
Iowa,
I'm
dude.
freaked out.
Ew.
holding
You guys never used to.
frogs.
You guys never. Do you think you're gonna get
I
warts
hate-
and stuff?
I
I was
hate
afraid of that for a
frogs.
while.
No,
I don't
not
like
warts.
frogs.
I just don't like that they're slimy and they
Yeah,
move
I
around.
like
They're
frogs,
gross.
dude.
Gross.
They're gross.
We used to. My cousin had like a big like backyard. It wasn't like a farm, but it was kind of like a farm. And he had like a plot of land, and they would be frogs everywhere. We used to catch them, and like it was fun back when I was younger. As an adult, I tried to do it when I was hammered, and I was like, "This is insane." I'm just catching. I was putting them in
Yeah.
my pocket. I was like, "What's? I was like, what am I doing right now,
My
dude?"
buddy caught
Bucket
a
of
bunch of
frogs.
lizards. My buddy caught a bunch of lizards and put them in a 5-gallon bucket, and then put gasoline in the bucket and lit the bucket on fire.
What a
So
psycho.
that's one of those things where it's like, obviously, killing and torturing animals is one of the three. There's three things that are like significant.
for serial killers.
Yeah, it's bedwetting,
He's in the military now.
yeah.
bedwetting, being a pyro.
Mhm.
and-
Bedwetting, I
and
didn't know.
killing. Yeah,
Bedwetting
it's
is,
almost every known and like studied serial killer
I've got
was a bedwetter.
I've got the pyro gene.
I've got the pyro. I used to
Pyro-
wet the bed when I was young.
Fire's fun, dude.
Pyro, yeah.
Fire's
No,
Fire is
fun,
pretty sick.
bro. Fire's so fun. That inner caveman, dude, that shit is so fun. I mean, I've talked about how I want to blow up a car
Yeah.
on this before, but like, there's just something fun about like, I don't know, lighting something on fire.
Yeah, dude, of course.
Do you remember those X-Fire ramps? It was like a plastic piece of shit skateboard.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
we've talked about these.
I've
Yeah.
had one of
Yeah.
those.
And it's plastic and it's hollow.
Yeah.
And we flipped it upside down and literally took my stepdad's can of gas that he used for the lawnmower.
I feel like you've told this
Yeah.
on here.
Have I?
Yeah.
Well, we blew it up. It exploded.
No, I think liking fire is a really normal thing.
Have you ever?
Did you ever put gas in your pool and then light that on fire?
No,
No,
what?
dude, I never had
You
a
can do
pool.
that?
What?
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, because oil and
'Cause
water
it sits on
separates.
top.
It
I
sits
might
on
do
top.
that when I go home
Yeah.
this weekend. We got a pool at the house. I
Take your
might-
dad's.
Dude, a pool in
gasoline.
Oklahoma though, that's money pool.
Dude, we got a pretty. I'm not gonna lie, dude. We
That's-
got a pretty nice backyard.
Yeah.
How'd you
Half
slip
court.
into heroin?
Huh?
You had a
Anybody
pool.
can, dude. It's easier to access.
Are you
if have
kidding
money.
me, dude? White Suburbans
Yeah.
are killing it in the heroin game.
That is true.
That's
Yeah.
who it's for.
You know what? I will say this. I will say this. Black people are ahead of us on pretty much everything, on what's cool. What fashion is, what music is. White people usually follow black people.
Mm-hmm.
Not with drugs. I
Well-
would say heroin has been a white people thing for a while, and now rappers are like, I'm on the Perkies, and it's like, we've
That's
been
true.
on that.
It is weird.
Rapping about Percocet hasn't, like, taking Percocet outside of, like, Gucci and, like, a couple, like, D4L back in, like, the early
Yeah,
2000s.
Yeah.
Most rappers weren't talking about doing Percocet.
No, because it's not like it's a weird thing for me as like somebody who's sober and like knows the damage that those drugs do to be like obviously rap has always promoted like selling drugs, you know, doing drugs, but not the ones you sell or like whatever
Yeah.
like that. But like the people who
Yeah,
are
make
like,
sure-
they're talking in when they're talking about perks, they're talking, first off, they're not naming them properly. They're talking about Roxy's or like 30s,
Mm-hmm.
which is exactly how I started and got addicted to heroin. It's
Sure.
a wild thing to be like, yeah, we do this. I'm like, that's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
But also, because obviously I'm not an ex-heroin addict, but I feel like if
Yeah.
I were, and I, like you are, clean and sober and doing well,
Yes.
out on the other side of it, I'd kind of be like, I want more people to get into it, just to show how like I fucking managed it. You know what I
like
mean?
you beat the odds
Like
type
to
yeah,
thing.
flex.
yeah, like every time, yeah,
To
like
be
every
oh,
time.
what, you're still addicted to it? Pfft, not me. Could never be
Pussy.
me. Like, you know?
Dude,
like,
what is the relapse percentage? Do you know?
oh,
Is
dude.
it insane? Is it like 80?
Yeah. And dude, it's impossible to fucking measure that, honestly.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I
yeah.
Even in-
accidentally left like a bottle of Percocet here, could it could you abstain?
Yeah, 100%. Well, like I do fucking comedy, dude. I'm around
Yeah.
shit all the time. I'm around people who are like, you would be so fun if you were fucked up. And that makes me believe that if I was like, you know what, fuck it, dude, let me hit the blunt or like whatever, that they would let me, and I don't. Yeah, no, I could absolutely abstain if I had it here. I've been around drugs and like had people who are sober who have like significant surgeries and they have painkillers, and I've like kept them and given it to them as prescribed so that they don't go
Yeah.
over like in
Yeah, yeah,
excess.
yeah.
Would it bother you if like you went to like a friend's house or something and they were like, hey, like just to let you know, Matt, like there are Percocets in the house? Would you be like, I'm not gonna fucking
Yeah,
I'll be
I mean,
fine, you
I would
motherfucker.
if it was like a new friend, I would be like, "Thank you. You don't have to worry about that with me." But if it was somebody who I knew for a while, I'd be like,
shut the fuck
"Shut the
up.
fuck up. I'm gonna go flush her down the toilet, like, you know, or like whatever."
And they're like, no, I did have surgery. And you're like,
yeah,
fuck
you're
you.
like, sorry, you and your fucking herniated disc can suck my dick.
Get CBD oil, you idiot.
People love CBD.
It sucks. It
doesn't-
does
It
nothing.
does nothing.
It doesn't do a fucking thing.
I think that it's just a bunch of people who are too scared to do real weed.
Yeah. Or like me, who got freaked out as weed got stronger. And then they're like, this is nice. It just makes my mouth taste like weed.
Yeah.
My girl had like a CBD vape because one of her clients was like a CBD
Yeah.
store or some shit. And she brought it home and like we watched a movie and like I hit it a couple of times and I was like, I feel normal as fuck, but I my mouth tastes like I just smoked
Well,
a joint.
that's the whole thing. It's not CBD's not supposed to do anything, but now there's CBD, but it's Delta 8.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this?
That's
Josh?
just weed, by the way.
It is. It
It's
just
just
gets you
weed.
high. But
Is
the
it
thing
legal?
is, yeah. So the
That's-
thing is
yeah.
it can be sold as at CBD,
CBD,
stores,
yeah.
so they can just sell bud. And it gets you high. According to like potheads, it is different than weed. Like if you're a serious pothead, that shit is not that good.
Right.
But I've
It's-
heard that the fucking edibles they make will rocket you into
It's
another
mids.
fucking dimension.
It's
Delta 8 is just mids.
Delta 8's just mids.
It's
Yeah,
just
Delta
mids.
7 is
It
swag.
some fucking marketing genius found a way to get like idiots to buy Reggie. That's all Delta 8
Yeah.
is. It's so funny too because if you go to like a Delta 8, like if you look at the packaging, 'cause they sell it at the corner store by my house. Like if you look at it, it's like, you know, while this is legal, like if you get drug tested for marijuana, this will show up. It's like this is Reggie.
Yeah, this is just weed.
This is just shitty weed, and it looks exactly like weed. It's like one molecule off of like
That's
that's what they do.
considered.
It's like what they used to do with fucking K2 and shit.
Yeah,
They
the
would
difference-
they would outlaw it. They would change the molecule one bit and then sell it in the gas station.
And the like the difference
Incense.
between Delta 9, which is actual like THC marijuana. Well, Delta 9 and Delta 8 are the types of THC.
Okay.
Like THC is either Delta 8 or Delta 9. 9 is like regular weed that you've had a million times. And like the difference between 8 and 9 is like how it's cured and like dried and shit. And it's like, so it's Reggie. It's not
it's
cured
just-
right, and it's Reggie.
One of my boys one time, he was sober. It was a guy I was like sponsoring. He's like a good friend of mine, and he was dealing with all sorts of like anxiety and shit like that. And he was like trying to. That's a weird thing to deal with sometimes when you're sober and you're like really trying to like be sober, because most anxiety meds, even if they're like, no, these are the good ones, will make you feel it can be weird. And he was like, I'm thinking about trying CBD, and I was like, okay, I personally have no problem with that. You know, like he was like running it by me, and I was like, if you're gonna do it, look into it. Buy it from a reputable place, and, you know, don't just do it hastily. So one day he was working for delivery dudes, and he decided he was going to buy it from the fucking gas station, and he took it and freaked out, dude. Called me like, no, I just feel like everything's going to end. I was like, yeah.
That was just me.
Yeah.
High as fuck.
Yeah, he was just out of his mind. He's like, dude, I feel like everything, like, you know, like the world's going to end. And I was like, damn, you're high as fuck.
Dude, Ariel's been watching TikToks of nothing but like, have you seen the things like I guess there's a new trend where it's like, I work in this profession, because I work in this profession, here's 7 things that I would never do. Have you seen this?
No.
There's like a thing where it's like, I'm an attorney, because I'm an attorney and I know the law, this is 7 things I wouldn't do. And then like the number one thing that some girl said is self-checkout. So now Ariel is like paranoid to do self-checkout.
What was the reason?
Because I guess people all the time get falsely indicted on like theft charges. And it's like, like even if it came, I just have to like, I'm trying to tell her like, even if it came to anything, it's like a misdemeanor at most, because it's like, you're gonna get what they're gonna fucking be like, you didn't pay for that gallon of milk and now you're going to county for 70 years. Like, nothing's gonna come from it.
Yeah,
but it's
you're
like
fine.
but she's been watching him to the point where it's like kind of like, she's like, we shouldn't start the car until after 10 o'clock because a mechanic says until it's like warm outside. And I'm like, what are we doing at this point?
Yeah,
It's,
what?
And then it's crazy because it's like,
You
she
guys
gets
are just
angry.
living your
Dude,
life
we-
based on these
Also,
TikToks.
I've never used self checkout and not stolen something.
Really?
I'll
Every
steal
time, dude.
avocados.
Dude, I'll ring. You're a bad boy.
I'm slipping a candy bar in the bag, bro.
I always steal
Just out of. I mean, obviously this is like a Bill Burr bit, but it's like, I hate self checkout. I hate like having to do it myself and scan the thing. So it's like, if I'm gonna have to do this, I'm treating myself.
Yeah.
I'm taking a Snickers bar. I'm taking a Twix.
Jimmy has a bit about that. It's like, I don't fucking work here. You know, it's like, it's crazy. Like, it is kind of odd that they do that, but
I like when it talks to you and it's like, please put the item in the bag. And it's
Unrecognized item in the bagging area.
I
Like, that's
have-
my Twix.
Yeah.
I'm leaving with that Twix.
I've never done self-checkout at Walmart without having to be like, can somebody come put their fucking code in
Yeah.
for me, please?
Yeah,
It was like
always.
just some weird error. That's got to be the worst. That's literally, if you work that station at
that's gotta
Walmart,
be the
all
worst.
you do is walk around and type your fucking
Which
digit
at
in
that
over and
point, it's
over
like,
again.
just open up another register.
They don't
Yeah,
check
dude.
either. They're
No,
not
they don't never.
checking like,
No.
oh, well, it says this error, so let me just make sure that you're not. They're like, whatever. Like,
Dude,
you know, they get
also-
paid $0.
Every time I grocery shop, stealing.
Really?
I eat at the grocery store. Like, I'll go. I've ordered a half sub from Publix, and then I've eaten it while I walk around. If anybody says anything, I'm like, I got the label. I'll pay for it when I get up there, and then I'll just ball up the wrapper and throw it behind
That's
ketchup.
What?
So-
1 second.
You're a piece of shit.
You're a psycho
I
for
don't care.
eating at the grocery store. I've never once. I see people do it all the time when they're like, get a Gatorade and theyll start drinking it before they get to the checkout.
Every
I've
time.
done that.
So weird to me.
I've
I
done
do that,
before. What
and
if I'm
then
thirsty?
once
It's
I get
weird.
to like the like usually like produce is the last part of like a Publix shopping.
Yeah.
If I was drinking like a green tea the whole time, green tea's going behind the oranges, and I'm on my way
You know.
every
Dude,
single
you're a
time.
scumbag.
Dude, that's
I-
insane.
also, though, on like a bigger level, it's like
It
fuck
doesn't matter.
that.
Yeah.
Who gives
cares?
a shit? What am I stealing from Publix?
I'm about
stealing
to
from
spend
Walmart? Who gives a shit?
$150 in groceries.
Yeah.
And dude,
Let me get the one win.
Grocery
Yeah.
shopping is also
such a nightmare.
I have headphones on. I'm a
You're a headphone person?
Headphones, drinking an iced tea.
You're the
that
worst
I'm not
person I
paying
think.
for.
You're the person I hate. When I see people like you at the grocery store, I think to myself, like, I want to hit
Yeah, but
them.
I'm having a good time. I got a little treat. I got my music going.
I am so. This is how bad my ADHD is. I can't listen to music and grocery shop at the same time. That's how stupid my brain is. It's like this is too many. What is this? Two things at once?
You almost said it.
Absolutely not, dude. Too many things.
Yeah,
That's too many
you
things.
can't burn it.
Oh.
Burn
I
it. Burn it on the pod,
You know
dude.
what I think is weird that I do, and I think this is an OCD thing. I don't know though. But if somebody wants an item that I would never buy, I don't like buying it for them. Like when you asked me to buy you a Red Bull before the Coop show, I was like, I would never buy Red Bulls, and then in my head, I'm like, oh, I feel dirty when I buy it. I don't know why. It's very odd. I have no problem doing it. It's not the act of like spending money on stuff. It's the act of like I don't want people to think that this Red Bull's for me. For no reason. I know it's psychotic.
Heaven forbid somebody think I drink Red Bull.
I know it's psychotic, but I hate it.
As you're buying like a $10 bottle of wine.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I was self-conscious about the Red Bull, which is
That's
weird.
so weird.
I know it's weird. It's just a
Josh.
weird
Also,
thing, dude.
not bringing my cart back. I'll never bring it
Okay,
back.
That's a
this
psycho.
is
Dude,
where I
you're-
have to put the foot
okay,
down and
that's
say
crazy.
I do think you're a piece of shit.
Yes.
Nah.
Just about that. The other things I let slide. The cart. Have you read that thing? Have you read that thing about why
Yeah.
the
Yes.
that's basically the litmus test for you being a bad person?
Yep.
Have you read this?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'm gonna read it.
It's basically like it's the litmus test for a good person is if they bring their grocery cart back because it costs you nothing.
Okay,
It takes barely
I'm gonna
any
read.
time.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
read
it.
this. Shopping cart is the ultimate litmus test for whether a person is capable of self-governing. To return the shopping cart is an easy, convenient task and one which we all recognize as the correct, appropriate thing to do. To return the shopping cart is objectively right. There is no situation other than dire emergencies in which a person is not able to return their cart. Simultaneously, it is not illegal to abandon your cart. Therefore, the shopping cart represents itself as the apex example of whether a person will do what is right without being forced to do it. No one will punish you for not returning the cart. No one will fine you or kill you for not returning the cart. You gain nothing by returning the shopping cart. You must return the shopping cart out of the goodness of your own heart. You must return the shopping cart because it's the right thing to do, because it's correct. A person who is unable to do this is no better than an animal, an absolute savage who can only be made to do what is right by threatening them with the law and the force that stands behind it. The shopping cart is
You better get a fucking cop.
The shopping cart is what determines whether a person is a good or bad member of society.
Get a fucking cop. Get a warrant if you want me to take that
You
cart
fucking
You're a
back.
suck,
psycho,
dude.
dude. You're the
In
worst
my defense,
person.
in my defense,
there is no defense.
in my defense, it specifically states the only reason you shouldn't bring it back is for dire emergencies, and I often have severe diarrhea. So in
IBS,
my
baby. No,
defense-
that's not true.
You're full of
But
shit.
even when I don't,
he's got-
I'm not bringing the cart back. What are you gonna do? Get a fucking lawyer, Publix.
Nah, dude, you just have to live with this.
Yeah,
you're just
a garbage human for
What'd you
that,
call
dude.
me?
I said you're a psycho human.
Oh, I thought you called me a kike. I was like,
No,
holy
What the
shit.
fuck?
dude? Whoa!
Reverse this 15 seconds. It really came out like that. I was like,
didn't- I
holy
was just-
shit.
No. I used to live like close to Boca. I've seen plenty of Jews return their shopping carts. You know, that's
Yeah.
they do that.
Well, especially at Aldi because they have to get the quarterback.
Oh, dude. Dude, I really didn't want to laugh.
Oh God, I saw it right when you said Aldi. I knew what you were going for.
I really didn't want to laugh at that, but that's a good, solid joke.
That was a
Yeah.
solid joke.
Okay.
That's a solid bit.
I do-
Do
I-
not cut that.
Yeah, no, I won't.
I do live by that. Oh, but
What are the Jews gonna do?
I'm gonna be honest. They control the media,
Yeah,
so
that's
we
true.
might be fucked.
Yeah, YouTube
According to
algorithms.
Nick Cannon,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Reliable
don't know
source.
anything.
According
about
to our Lord and Savior Nick Cannon.
that. Yeah,
NC baby, come through. Do the pod.
I live by that Reddit post that I just read. That's like, I'm like, yeah, there have been plenty of times.
Honestly, me too. I am a savage. You're gonna need a
You're not
fucking
a
cop.
okay, Jeff. You're not a savage.
no, you're a savage in the way that
Okay,
worded it.
okay, yeah,
He's
you're
not
savage. It's not as savage as in like the level of human.
You're a savage animal, is what they're saying.
Yes,
because
not
I'm gonna
like
be
a-
honest. The public
And I
that
fuck like one too.
doubt it. The Publix up here. The
Put your
Publix
pants down.
by here. Walmart, I'm always
fuck you
blown
good.
away by the placement of their shopping cart return. It's always not that far.
That's perfect.
It's perfect every time. It's
Yeah,
never
but
too far.
every shopping cart at Walmart is gimped as hell.
That's true. That's true. I'll give you that. But the Publix
That
up
doesn't
here,
mean you
You know
don't.
what?
there's a whole
I'll
parking
bring my-
lot. I'm already talking. There's a whole parking lot.
Oh,
There's a whole parking lot.
I like that.
There's a whole parking lot, and there's 2 returns, and they're both somehow, no matter where you park, 100 yards away. Or you have to go back into the store like a complete psycho and put the cart back where the employees
It
should.
sucks.
But guess what? I do it anyways because that Reddit post told me I'm a bad person if I don't.
well, I don't live my life by what dorks on Reddit say.
Whatever, dude.
He is a dork
You're
on
the
Reddit.
only dork on Reddit that's here right now.
They've got good porn on
You
there.
literally
They've
not
got
that
good
long
porn.
ago were telling me that you got sex advice off of Reddit.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
read an already existing post. You posted and asked for it. To
Yeah.
be fair, it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
flattering sex advice. I won't say it unless you want to. It wasn't
Oh,
crazy.
I
Don't
I
say
don't-
it because
wasn't
it's,
like,
it's
where's
so
the
douchey
clit?
if you say it.
Yeah, it is douchey if you say it.
It's
but
not,
it
it's
wasn't
not really. I
embarrassing.
feel like every guy has that problem.
not every
No.
not every guy.
I feel like most.
Do you want to say it? It's kind of it is douchey.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it.
So
It's-
what we can
it's gonna sound douchey now.
what's
It's not,
What's
but it will.
Josh's next thing going to be? Because it's not going to be the same conversation we're
No,
having.
Before we,
Absolutely not.
before
He's
we
starting a
move
new
on,
topic.
I
I'm-
will bring my my shopping cart back at Target because they have very nice carts and they're easy to push.
Oh, well, now I was actually going to stay on the Target, or not Target, the shopping cart thing, because you're not taking the shopping cart back in Southern Southern Florida where it's sunny and nice, dude. Like, you ever had to take it snows in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
when
dude,
it's
it gets
100%
Negative-
humidity,
Dude,
dog.
negative 20
hot.
degree weather with wind chill, I'm still putting that thing back.
Oh no,
You're a
Really?
psycho. Oh,
absolutely not.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
a great
know.
guy.
I'll take that thing. I'll put that thing in my trunk before I bring that thing
You know
back.
what's funny is there's some guy who's, I mean, just a real piece of shit. Cheats on his wife, lies on his taxes, just is a terrible employee, terrible friend, hits on his friends' wives all the time, and he puts his shopping cart back and he goes,
I'm a good person.
"I'm a good guy." Yeah,
And he's better
Yeah.
than Jeff.
And he's still better. Yeah. That's all you can do. You can be a fucking terrorist if you put your shopping cart back. You're a good person.
Yeah, you're not so bad.
According to Reddit.
That's what that logic checks out, to be honest.
Or do what fucking Costco does, which is have shopping cart return stations throughout the parking lot.
I will say that, like I mentioned earlier, there are some places where I could see why in 100-degree heat, when it's 100% humidity,
I'm not
you're
doing
like,
it.
you know what? I'm just going to leave it here. Somebody will park. When I get pissed about it, I don't get pissed if I see it up on the curb or whatever, because my thought is,
I always put it on a curb.
There's somebody who's getting paid to come out and do this. They're going to have to walk by it. That sucks to be like, they'll fucking do it, but whatever. It's when I'm about to pull into an open spot
Yeah.
in a fucking crowded Walmart parking lot, and I have to get out of my fucking car to lift a shopping cart up onto the curb, or because I'm a good person, go put it back or take it into the store with me. That is where I draw the line. If I knew the person who did that, I would fucking murder them.
No, you won't.
Dude, a rogue,
I won't commit
a rogue
murder. I'm a good
shopping
person.
cart is a fucking nightmare. You're like, who put you?
Yeah,
It's
dude.
there's an origin story.
You're a piece. Yeah.
It's like, who put you there and
Who,
why?
who left it there in an open parking spot?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a mom
I
who
also-
had a screaming kid, or maybe it's a fat guy with diarrhea.
If
Oh.
you're a fat guy with diarrhea, you have diarrhea and you're fat because you have a poor diet. If you're a mom with a screaming kid,
All right,
it's
dude.
because if you're a mom with a screaming kid, it's because you're a whore and let somebody come inside of you.
Yeah, go
I
off.
support this. I
That
support
kid
this.
is your fault, you slut.
Yeah.
No.
Fuck single
I'm just
moms.
Kidding. I'm just kidding. No. I
Go
like
back to your nursing job.
Yeah, women, go back to
Oh,
get out of my
country.
country. Women, get out of my
Get out of my country.
Yeah. So think of a new topic. I'm about to piss myself. Be right back.
Ugh, I hate his tattoos.
I like them. I like them.
I just think they're trashy.
They're not trashy.
Yeah.
What do you think they're trashy?
He's just got a real like Oklahoma Midwest white trash thing about him. That's just he could do without the tattoos.
You know what
I
he
mean?
could do is he could if he doesn't have any like I think his tattoos suck because none of them are like Blink-182 or like RuneScape.
I
themed.
agree.
If they were, those are
He needs
sick,
some-
dude.
Dude, the next time we see Matt, he better have a World of Warcraft tattoo.
Yeah, dude, just a fucking
Ugh.
dwarf hunter.
Ooh.
Dude, that's what I played World of Warcraft.
Me too.
Dude, I fucking loved. I loved.
Matt,
World of
stay in the bathroom.
Yes,
We're dorking
yeah,
out.
dude. Were you ally?
Lock yourself in there,
were
you
an
bitch.
ally or were you fucking horde?
It's not an ally. It's alliance. You idiot.
I knew. I was saying, are you an ally?
Night Elf
I was
Rogue.
asking about like LGBT. Are you an ally?
No,
No. But you were a night elf.
I was a night elf.
A night elf. What?
Yeah,
A night
dude.
elf what,
Fuck
dude?
you guys, bro.
Rogue.
You fucking nerds, dude. My tattoos are fine. I will say.
Hold on, we were talking.
That
I was on Rexar was the server that I was on.
Yeah, I'm cutting both
Yeah,
your mics.
yeah. Cut our mics. That shit was funny because I played it up until like maybe sophomore year of high school. So there were times where like my friends would text me like, "There's a party down the street," and I'd be like, "I'm raiding with my guild right now."
I was so deathly afraid of people finding out I played World of Warcraft.
Ooh yeah.
I was like,
Good.
my mom one time let my friend Dylan Lincoln over, and I was playing it in my room, and he just came in, and I was so mad at my mom for.
You were like, no, I was jerking off.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
promise.
yeah,
I was
don't-
jerking off to gay porn. I
There was
wasn't.
gay porn. I was watching gay porn. He was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like I'm like doing PvP arena too. So I'm like, yeah, he's going left. He's going left. I'm like getting into it. I'm freezing him.
You know what really?
I said this on another episode where like the first time I had a girl over, like I had like the light up gaming keyboard
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
And I specifically remember deleting all the desktop shortcuts to
Yes.
like anything I thought was nerdy when
Yes.
she came over. I didn't hide the porn at all.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
She opened
Yeah.
up my LimeWire to like play music, and like my recently downloaded was like Lil Wayne, Gucci Mane, Teen Takes Big Cock, and I didn't even care to hide that. I was like, I hope she doesn't find out I play World of Warcraft.
Dude, can I do a fucking fart mic?
That
Dude.
no, because
No,
we don't know what
I
mic
don't
that
know.
is.
I don't know which ones we use, and I'm
Well, I
not
just farted,
talking
so-
into your
Oh my
fucking
God.
fart mic.
That's funny.
I
Shit.
miss being the solo seat next to you.
I like being in the solo seat.
I like the solo seat. I have to
Nah.
sit next to Fart McGee over here.
Fart McGee has.
What are you guys doing with your legs and shit right now, man?
It's-
First off, you guys are mirroring each other. You both have black
The exact
shoes,
opposite.
fucking jeans on. They probably can't see it, and then you got black t-shirts on.
Yeah,
and
we
now-
plan. Dude, if you had jeans on, you'd have the same outfit. So relax.
Yeah, I know, but I don't have.
we plan
jeans
this
on.
because we're fucking cool.
yeah, whatever,
Psychopath.
Dude. Yeah, go
It's not
back to talking
psychopathic.
about World of Warcraft, you cool guys.
Yeah, we were
One
cool.
second. All right, 1 second. What did you do for fun?
Heroin.
Have sex with women?
Ew,
Oh, what a nerd, dude.
No, honestly, I was just a sports kid.
Did you
when I
ever
was
play?
young.
Did you play any video games?
Yeah, I mean, I played
Call
like,
of Duty and stuff.
I never got into Call of Duty until like I didn't get into Call of Duty until like a couple of years
Warzone?
ago.
Yeah.
The first battle royale that Black Ops 3.
I never played that. I know what you're
Right
talking about, but I
before,
didn't
maybe it
really
was
play
Black Ops 4. I got into it right before that, before they released that. But I played I had like Halo. I would do like campaign. I didn't play online or anything. I would play like against my brother. I played like sports video games and shit.
Yeah, I feel like video games for me was always like this alter ego because I was like into
Mr.
sports.
Showtime.
What?
What's your?
Yeah, what was the
your name again?
handle?
Mr. Main Event.
Mr.
Oh,
I dude.
It was like this
that
thing where
picture.
like I was like I played sports also. Like I would go parties, do cool things, and then I never wanted anybody to find out. Like when I'm home, I'm a fucking dork.
Yeah.
It was like
of
this
course.
weird like double life that I lived until I was like maybe
Yeah.
like 18 or 19. I was like, I don't care.
I
anymore,
stopped.
but-
I stopped caring when I was in the military. That's when I was like, and then you know what's funny is
and
I
then you
started
got a full leg sleeve of RuneScape.
Yeah, and then I started telling everybody, and everybody started being like, "Oh, I play that," and I was like, "We could have been playing together for years," and I was
yeah,
so
for sure.
afraid that everyone was gonna be like, "You're a dork."
That's the worst when you're living that like two life and then you find out like another dude who is like, yeah, I play that all the time. And you're like, oh fuck, I could have just been open about this.
Yeah, I could have been cool about this.
Fuck. Is this
So I
what gay
tried-
people feel like?
Dude, that's it makes it worse because it is like you're trying to hide a big secret, and it's only that you play video
yeah,
games.
and no one cares.
It's like,
Everyone-
nobody
like,
cares.
oh, you play World of Warcraft? You're like, yeah, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you don't think I'm gay? And they're like, kinda, but we don't care.
Yeah, who
No.
cares? As long as
Get off your phone, dude. We're doing a pod.
I
We're
was
talking
just
about
wondering.
WoW.
I was just waiting for you guys to talk about something that anybody cared about.
Okay, one sec. Leave in a comment if you played World of Warcraft. And also, if
Yeah.
you did, what server and what your build was. Your fucking.
And if
Josh
you're a
wears
girl,
gla-
show
I
me your
wanna know.
tits.
Josh wore his glasses today and is being a real fucking nerd. All of a sudden, dude.
Yeah, I'm shifting my seat.
Josh,
now
will
we're
you-
bullying dorks
Yeah.
now.
Will you tell him why? Will you tell them why you wore glasses? Because I
Yeah.
thought the reasoning was insane.
Yeah, when I get yeah. Yeah. When I
Okay, stop distracting me.
but
You're making me horny.
when I get anxiety, I get tunnel vision, and so wearing my glasses helps. So I was having
You
a
have
little bit of I was having
such
a
a
bad day.
Fucking just such a laundry list of mental
Josh was
illnesses.
dude, he's so mentally ill. Josh
And
was
the
like, if I'm wearing my
weirdest-
glasses, I'm not having a good day.
Yeah,
I was like, holy
yeah.
shit,
You
dude.
go back and look
I
at the
thought those
episodes.
were for vision, not mental health.
they do because it's like it helps my eyes focus. It helps my eyes focus.
Every other person that I know who like doesn't wear glasses and then will randomly show up with glasses is like, yeah, I forgot to order my new contacts, and Josh is like, I need these to be sane. All right,
I feel
bitch.
safe with these on.
These
yeah.
keep me grounded.
Oh
yeah,
God.
that's
One day
your
there's gonna
that's
be a
your
podcast that's
glasses
just gonna
are
be
your
me.
blankie.
What's up?
Those are your blankie.
Yeah, they're my bankies.
Those are your comfy.
One
blankie.
day, I'm gonna put an episode out, and it's just gonna be me wearing both of your faces. And it's gonna be me talking through all of them. I'm gonna be Matt, and then I'm gonna put on Jeff's face. And
Yeah, you're like, hold on, I have a race joke.
yeah,
You
and
know-
put Jeff on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fucking.
Dude, what the fuck was that? That's so weird.
yeah, he's really mad.
That was a
today.
really weird thing
It
for
was
you
a
to
rant,
say,
dude. It was a
bro.
riff.
Yeah.
It's riffing, dude. Sometimes they land, sometimes they don't. You know, sometimes you make jokes about cutting your friend's faces off and wear.
Oh, I can't say that.
I saw some.
I know somebody named Riffin, and I was gonna say something that's very funny, but I can't.
Okay,
Okay.
tell us later.
Yeah. Mike's off.
I saw this thing.
It's too long.
Nah,
Okay.
who cares? We don't know him. We'll talk after. I
Actually,
saw
you know
this-
what? Fuck it, I'll say it. I know a dude named Riffin who has asked me about comedy several times. He's interested in doing it, and then texted my girlfriend a YouTube link of him doing 5 minutes. Oh, my boy is in front of his webcam in his room.
Oh
yeah,
you told
yeah.
us about this. He was just doing a set in his room.
His first
in
name is
his
Riffin.
Yeah.
He's destined for comedy.
Uh,
Yeah.
Not if you see this. Not if you see that video. But he texted it to her because I don't know why he wouldn't send it to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
And she was
Can you
like,
please
"Oh my
to
god,
Jeff?
I can pull it up after this." It's
Yeah, can we please
yikes.
watch it after
Dude,
this?
can we just put it in right here? Like a
Yeah.
5-minute clip
Oh,
of just
dude,
that
that
would
would
be
be
so
amazing.
rude.
He's very good friends with my brother, so if he ever found that, he'd be very.
We can
upset.
say that we do that, but we know Josh wouldn't edit shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this.
Josh.
Well,
won't
for this
edit
I
shit.
would because that's a really funny.
That's
because
bit.
it's
hilarious.
bullying somebody.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
it's bullying.
funny.
That's
Josh
hilarious.
wants to feel good because he looks
Yeah.
like a nerd today.
Yeah.
I saw this shit on.
Nah, I'm with you. Fuck
What?
him. I'm with you. It's not
Which
nerdy.
side are you
We're
on,
cool.
dude?
Wait,
The
I
way
don't even
you-
know.
the way
I don't
you
even know what we're
flip-flop
talking
it-
about at this
The
point.
way Jeff flip flops.
I don't like how you're talking
really
to Josh's
unattractive.
episode. I don't like how you're talking.
Yeah, dude.
I don't like how you're.
This guy has said that he would bully you and that you would be the bottom in their sexual relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
we're-
I could act.
That's because I think he's fucking cute,
Yeah, it doesn't.
and I want
It's
to have
different.
sex with him.
It's different coming from Jeff because I like it.
All right.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna have sex. We're gonna have gay sex.
So
This podcast is fucking wild.
this is a weird one.
It's
I
been
gotta
getting-
say.
It's been getting weirder. The
I
episodes are
gotta
progressively.
say, I feel like we've all said this before. At first, it was a lot of like pops of us joking around, and I feel like it's getting less that, but I do feel like it's getting better.
it's
How
more
long have we been
conversational.
doing this?
This specific
is the
podcast,
21.
We got some time.
Oh no.
This is
Don't worry
episode
about it, man.
21.
We're
That
having a
means
good time.
five months, 1 week of doing this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
shit.
math.
Look at that big fucking.
He
Good
got his
man.
glasses on. He's doing
Got the
math.
dude. The glasses, dude. I can do calculus right now.
Drop a thing of toothpicks on the ground. See if you can
78.
count 'em.
I was just when I was looking at Twitter while you guys were talking, I just saw the craziest fucking tweet about this guy. It was this guy, and he said that he used to pay the local drug addicts $50 to hunt them in the woods behind his house. I would do that
With
for
a
$50,
with
bro.
what?
Not like I think with like an airsoft, like a
Oh, that's sick.
like a BB gun,
That's
like a
cool.
rifle.
That's
I mean,
cool.
it's fucked up, but it's funny.
That's awesome. That sounds so fun.
It does sound crazy.
What are the
to
rules?
do.
Like, there's a certain parameters they can't leave. Like,
I
you
don't
have to stay in
know.
this acre of woods.
I think it's just kind of like
good luck.
get out, you know? figure a way out.
Would you? Is that morally okay? So obviously,
Yeah, it's
morally,
fine.
it's wrong.
I mean, you're feeding somebody's
But you're
addiction.
also on the other end.
Pretty fun.
It's pretty funny.
So I think that morally speaking, it's pretty fucked up. You're literally taking advantage of somebody.
Yeah, who needs?
You're treating somebody as an animal
Right.
based on their weakness. But it sounds so fucking fun,
it's like
dude.
where do we?
Yeah, it
We
does
could do
sound
it.
fun.
Where do we draw the
Should we-
line?
Should we go get some fucking?
Find some drug addicts?
Dude, I've got a fucking.
I know a ton who need $50, dude. I know a lot that would let us do worse than
I got
that.
the Armada
Yeah,
out
dude.
front too. We could fit them in there.
We should have closed out the fucking show at that AA club like that. Like, if any of you are interested in getting hunted,
Yeah, if any of you guys need $50,
You know what-
come talk to us.
You know what I think is a crazy thing when people hunt with a bow and arrow? Just bring a gun.
you ever
dude.
seen a compound bow?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Have you guys
seasons.
been hunting? Are you guys
Yes.
hunters?
Yeah,
I've never
I
been
I'm not a
grew up-
hunter, but I've been.
You've been?
I hate it.
I grew up hunting. Like
I knew
my
you
dad
did.
is super into it.
Yeah, so
Dude, my dad, my dad, dude, holy shit. My dad would get back when my dad used to drink a lot of brandy. He used to. That was his like
You mean
bad. That
like
was the bad
what,
one.
You mean like a month ago?
No, he stopped. He's
more
not.
of a
He's
Jack
sober now.
Daniels
Yeah,
guy
he
now.
is sober. He's been like a month sober, because he had surgery. Anyways, he
brandy's a very funny drink.
dude,
of choice.
brandy's a fucking
Hilarious.
wild drink of choice.
I used
It'd
to
be like
brandy.
a hunting, like, because your dad's a very tough dude,
Yeah.
and then to go home and be like, pour a glass of brandy.
It was black brandy, and he would,
you should
dude, he would get fucked up, and then he would.
Didn't she have a show on UPN? Black Brandy.
I don't know. Is that
Ray
a
J's
person's
sister.
name?
Yeah, you don't remember Brandy?
I remember Brandy.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
I don't
Ray
get
J-
this
it's Ray
reference.
J's sister.
Ray J's sister.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But anyways, he used to get fucking hammered off of off of brandy, and then there's this. I don't even know if this is factually correct, but he had this sign in our house. It was like a tin sign that he hung right next to like the mounted deer heads, and it
Sick.
said wonton yay, which I guess is like native. It's like a Native American language. I don't even know what they call it for like thank you to like the gods.
Wonton gay.
Wonton yay. Gay. Yeah, gay. Wonton gay. No, wonton yay. And so he would get hammered. And if he
That's
killed
just
a
a very
deer,
judgmental like waiter at a Chinese restaurant. You're like, can I have a wonton soup? He's like, wonton gay.
so he used to get.
I like that.
So after he would get like a kill, right? He would get a kill. He would bring it. He would hang the deer in a garage empty. You know, like he'd gut it and then hang it, and then he would get fucked up off of brandy. And then in the middle of the snow, he would go out there and take his shirt off, and he would just be in his fucking like camouflage bottoms, and he would be like, "Wonton yay!" and he would scream, "Thank you to the gods!" And like he would get weird with it, dude, because he was like, "I'm paying respect to the Native Americans," and like he thought he was doing it, like he thought he was being good, and so he would make us go out there and do it with him, like, "Thank you," and my mom would be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
And then he
dude?
finds out that sign is just from an old Asian restaurant.
It was so funny, dude. He also would be like,
I bought this sign from a TJ Maxx.
Yes.
dude, and then he'd also say, dude, my dad also does this thing.
They called me running with coupons.
when he would get when he would get hammered, he would also go do this thing in our backyard called he called it his primordial yell. And,
Oh my god.
and he would get hammered.
Dude, your dad sucks.
And he
That
would
sounds
just
awesome.
and he would again. It would be, this is the thing. He would get drunk, right? Get the brandy in him. Get the old Milwaukee. Get the brandy in him. Shirt comes off. He goes outside. Primordial yell, dude. He would just go out in the backyard and just go, ah, as loud as he could to just let everything. It's like a form. It's like, here's the thing.
It's a form of therapy.
It's a form of therapy.
Yeah.
Also, the neighbors would be like, "What is happening out there?"
Yeah.
Dude, I bet your mom would get dripping wet when she'd hear that. That's a fucking
pheromones
man,
start to
dude.
flow.
Let off
dude.
one of those primordial yells. I'll be in the bedroom.
Dude,
she's up there
hunting-
diddling.
Imagine she gets home from her job, and then her husband's like, "I have killed a feast," and then he's just, "Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah." She's like, "Oh
Wonton,
my
yay."
god." She'd say, "Joshy, get the mop.
He's a
Mommy's
psycho,
made a
dude.
mess."
He would, dude. Oh my god, my dad is insane. He also, I've told this. I don't know if I've told this story on here, but he, like, we're of my neighbors, dude, was a cheerleader for the local community college, and I was
thought you were
home.
gonna say high school. I was like, uh-oh.
No, and I was home. It still doesn't make it better. And I was home the last time I was
Makes it
home.
legal.
It makes it legal. He was smoking a cigarette. It's winter. It's outside. It's cold outside. I had my dog. I had just gotten my dog, and we were like outside with her, letting her out for the last time for the night. It's like 10:30 at night. My neighbor's getting picked up by her little cheerleading friends, and they're like honking, like being playful as the girl's coming out, and we can see it. And my dad fucking takes a drag of his like Marlboro Red, and he looks over at me and he goes, "Looks like Hannah's having a slut party." I was like, what?
Dude, nobody says wilder thing about women than like a drunk white dad.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, dude.
It's like a conservative white dad,
Like,
dude.
What does that even
Having
mean,
a
dude?
slut party.
Looks like she's having a little. He heard the horn and he's like, whores.
Oh,
These
dude.
fucking
Dude, I remember
bitches.
still to this day, my parents have a Christmas party every year. Speaking of World of Warcraft, and it goes till like 10 o'clock at night, and then they like start. But there's always lingerers at this party,
of course,
that stay till like midnight. But like I was like, I don't know, maybe 12, 13, and then like party was kind of over. I ate my share of hors d'oeuvres, and I just went into my room and started like playing Warcraft. And this drunk dude who I had never seen before or after this, like busted into my room. Mind you, I'm on like TeamSpeak with my friend.
Yeah.
And my friend's listening to this guy be like, "So what? Like you got like a little girlfriend or something? You fingering her yet?" And I'm 13. I was like, "No." And he was like, yeah, he's like, "Bro." And then also I had like really bad acne, and he was like, "Bro, the way you get girls," he goes, "you just walk into every room like you've got a hotter chick at home. Doesn't matter how hot the hottest girl in the room is. You pretend like at home you're going home to the hottest chick in the world, and they'll swarm you." He's like, "And if you have that kind of confidence, doesn't matter about that shit on your face." And I was like, all right, cool,
thanks,
bro.
man.
Thanks, drunk guy.
Yeah. I had a friend.
I was just hanging out in my room, and he just comes in. He's like, "Don't mind being gross looking. Bitches will still fuck you."
Yeah.
And then laugh.
Well, that's a weird.
Right.
That's a very common piece of advice from like old white dudes. I'm like the same thing of like act like you don't fucking care about them. Like I remember I had a friend. I had a friend.
Yeah, dude.
Joe Lewis. And we would always go to his house, and his dad would let us like smoke cigarettes and dip and
he was
shit
a cool
like that.
dad.
Like he was cool. He didn't really like always let us get drunk, but we would, and it was kind of like one
Cool
of those
dads
like gray
always
area
die
things.
of alcoholism.
Yeah,
I know
he
two
was.
people.
This guy was literally addicted to cigars, like actually addicted, like would constantly. So we'd sit and smoke with them, and
He's
we
a
could
rock
do it.
star.
He was a cool guy, but I remember one time we're in the smoking room, and I'm just fucking chain smoking like Turkish Royals, like Camel Turkish Royals,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's my job. And he was sitting there, and he was like, "Here's the key. Here's what you do before you take a girl out. Right before you're about to pick her up, jerk off, get one out. You go on that date, you won't give a fuck about her. You don't care if she gives you pussy. Who gives a shit? I'm 15, by the way."
He's like, before you pick her up, you're like, I can't drive.
You mean after me and my dad pick her up?
Does
She's
he
like,
have to jack off too?
Before you and your dad pick her up to go see Shrek 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Jerk
Make sure
one
you
out.
jerk one off. You won't give a fuck about her. That's the best way. You don't give a shit. You don't need pussy. You just jerked off. It's like, well, I still want pussy, just for the record. And it's like, and she'll want you so, she'll be fucking dripping. I remember him being so vulgar. Same thing with that guy. Be like, you fingering her yet? Like, why do you want to know that?
Yeah, what the
like,
fuck,
the girl
man?
I'm going on a date with in this hypothetical situation will likely be from the range of 14 to 16. Why are you describing her as dripping wet?
Yeah.
Like, please don't.
He's like, how old are you? I'm like 13. He's like, you got a little girlfriend yet? You fingering her? It's like,
What the fuck? It makes you
the
wonder.
sixth grader that we're
Yeah.
talking about?
It makes you wonder what they would really
Dude,
say.
my dad.
Oh, something crazy,
Not
I'm
good.
sure.
My dad always used to do this thing when we'd be driving together. Every time he saw any girl that was above 13, he would always be like, "There's one for you." And like I was like, "What the fuck, Dad? Like she's 14." He still does it.
Yeah,
dude. It's crazy.
I went to my buddy's house once, and I'd been there a million times, but his dad would never talk to us, ever. Like, I didn't even really know his dad. I was at my friend's house like weekly. And then one day he came in and like we're just like in my boy's room and he's like, look at this. And he like has like his like phone and he's like, here's an article. The cure for breast cancer? Sperm. He goes, these bitches have been doing stupid shit, cutting their titties off. We've had the cure right here.
Jesus
and he holds his balls and I was like,
Wild.
I was like, all right, man. Well,
That guy's in QAnon now.
I think he's dead now.
He's actually Alex Jones.
Yeah. No, he's dead. You heard him.
Yeah.
Don't make jokes.
He's dead.
What am I making? Mocking the dead?
I mean, in all reality, that's the only conversation I've ever had with
a
him.
guy.
I've been under the same roof as him dozens of times. The only thing he ever told me was women are stupid for getting their breasts taken off when they have breast cancer, and they should just be swallowing more.
And ironically, he died of testicular cancer.
Yeah.
Unironically, he died crashing into a fucking bridge.
All right.
Wait, how do you crash into a bridge?
You fucking crash into it. What are you talking
like
about?
the side, yeah, the sides of it. Like as you're
Crash
entering
into
it,
a bridge.
to the left. You know, like at the entrance. So you like.
What are you talking
look-
about? You crash it. You don't need to explain this. You
No,
crash
no,
into
no,
a bridge.
think
The front of the bridge, you hit the front part.
So wait, no, because I'm thinking.
Instead of going clean under a bridge, you hit the structures that
Yes.
are holding the bridge up. And you
Like the
die.
poles that hold this.
And then you die.
Oh.
And then you die.
I was thinking of like. I'm thinking of like a bridge, like on the highway. Like you'd have, like he ran off the highway, like up the hill and hit the bridge. I'm
No.
being serious right now. I'm like,
He was, I don't know, dude. He hit a fucking bridge.
Like bridges.
did he hit the bridge or did he hit the support beams of the bridge?
Right.
Those
I
are
don't
different.
know, dude. I don't know. Should I call my friend and ask him about his dead dad?
You know what Dad started doing with me when I came back from the military or when I was still in and I'd come home. Dads just loved to show me their guns. And when they'd be drunk, they'd be like, "Look at this thing." And I'm like, "Jesus Christ, dude!" They'd be like, "You want to hold it?" And I'm like, "No, dude. I don't want my
went
fingerprints
to a
on that thing."
fucking New Year's party. Not this last year, the year before. I was in Oklahoma. I went to my friend Melanie's house. Very, very good friend of mine. Good girl for sure. And her stepdad, I wish I could remember his name, is a crazy person. Awesome. Great, hilarious dude. As the night went on, though, he got scarier and scarier because at one point, as soon as men showed up, I heard clink, clink, and I just heard her mom be like, "I know you're not pulling your guns out right now." And
Great thing to hear.
He pulled out this fucking revolver, and I mean, it was fucking the barrel on it was this
Yeah.
big. He's like, "What do you guys think about this fucking thing?" And
He
I'm
dirty
like,
Harry.
"Jesus Christ, yeah, literally, like
He dirty
imagine-
Harry.
57,
He's like
dude.
showing us guns. He's like, "Pass this around," and I'm like, "No, dude."
He's like, "You boys want to play a little ring?"
By the end of the night, dude, okay, so there were these other girls, like Melanie is my age, and there were these, her sister is like my brother's age, which at the time is like 20. Her friends are there, and he's like, at one point, he's like, "You got to be careful with these young girls." And at the time, I had a girlfriend, and I was like, "I'm not going to fuck any of these 19-year-olds in your house right now." And like, he was like, "You got to be careful with these young ones, blah, blah, blah," being weird. And then at some point in the night, one of my friends who was trashed said something jokingly about one of the girls, and all I see from across the fucking room is this guy just throw a mug to the ground. He's like, "What the fuck did you?" And then and they kicked this dude out, one of my best friends, out of the house, trashed at 1 a.m. There is a foot of fucking snow outside.
Yeah.
I didn't hear from him for 2
What a
days.
cool
I was like,
guy.
Blaine's dead. I don't know what. Like, it was wild. It was so cool. That's the kind of guy. He also was showing us his like Trump medallion coins that he bought. I'm sure from like literally, dude. Literally, Shane's joke about like the memorabilia,
coin,
the
yeah.
commemorative coins. This guy bought those.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I was in.
Great guy, by the way. Hilarious.
He sounds.
He sounds cool.
He
He was cool. I don't
he's-
support his politics, but he was a good time. We do. No.
It sounds. It's dude. One time I had a very similar situation. I went to a girl's house, and then she had she lived on a farm, big backyard, had a little cabin halfway between the house and like where they farm. So it's like this big plot of land, and we were in this cabin. My buddy Tyler was dating the girl. Her name was Bailey. He was dating her at the time.
Shout out.
And shout out Bailey. I think she just got married. Anyways, so she was in the cabin with my buddy, and then I was there, and then her friend was there, and I think one other person was there. And her stepdad, who owned this big place, owned all the land, and it was like a millionaire because he was a farmer, had nothing to do for like a long time because the land, I guess farmers don't have to work sometimes because like they'll plant all their shit, and then they just have to go out and make sure it's raining or whatever, and then that's it. So he was
sure it's raining.
If it's raining, they don't have to do shit.
That's
guess.
a great take on like what a farmer is.
What
Like
a
he
farmer
went
is.
outside and it's like, yep, it's raining.
So from a retard
All right,
perspective,
did my work for the day. You know?
Yeah, I don't have to do any dances.
Yeah.
And raining dances. I don't have to
Wonton,
say
yeah.
wonton.
He calls your dad. He's like,
Dude, they
like,
call
we gotta
my-
Thanks
do
to Josh's dad, it's raining this month.
Dad,
So
you
we're
hit him
good.
with some blessings this morning. He So anyways, so he doesn't have anything to do for like the next week. So he's just fucking hammered, and he starts. It's 10 o'clock at night, and we have like a single, like it was kind of cool. It was just like there was a TV in there, but the only thing that lit the whole thing up was like a lantern. So it was like old school, like kind of cool, like vibey. It was like a stone cabin, and her fucking stepdad kicks open the door and just shoots a shotgun into the ground and was like, "What are you kids doing in here?" And I immediately shit my pants, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy that he did.
Did you actually shit your pants?
No, but like
Oh,
I
okay.
think about how crazy that is. That he thought it was, and he just starts laughing, which is even more imagine, boom! What are you kids doing in here? It's the scariest
He was
combination,
laughing.
dude.
Oh my God.
We were like, I was like, nothing, sir. Like, hey, dude.
Wait, were you guys weren't like
Nobody was doing anything.
You guys weren't fingering each other?
No,
or
nobody was
anything?
fingering each other at the time.
Oh.
And it was just crazy because then he was like, just so you know, got
Good
some hot
thing,
dogs ready.
because that jolt of adrenaline could have sent those things right up
Just
there.
Puppeteer.
You could have done some damage if you were mid-finger.
So yeah, dude.
You never startle mid-finger.
And then he wanted to fucking go look for deer. He was like, "You guys want to go look for deer on my
No, dude,
gator?"
I'm trying to finger something.
And then I did. I went with the man with a shotgun.
Just you and him?
me, him, and
he
like my
scared
friend,
you
my
into
boy
being
Tyler.
his fucking Robin?
We sat, dude. No, we sat in the back of this gator as he drove with a shotgun and a spotlight. He was
Hell
going
yeah.
like 60, like. like
Did you
looking
find
for-
any deer?
No, it would have been cool though.
No, if you're going, not if you're going 60. They're
That's
probably
a good
terrified.
They're
day.
running, dude.
That's a good
Well,
day.
here's the thing.
Finding a deer.
When I think back,
In
yeah,
wherever
for
you're
the
from,
for the
Milwaukee
family,
or wherever you are.
when I think
the family.
he's got to meet for the winter.
Good day for the family when you find a deer.
We got to go say our blessings after this.
Yeah.
Dude,
Him and my dad. Wonton, yay!
Yeah, you could have called your dad. We like 2 years ago, I was in Cleveland for Christmas, and my girl, it sucked. Cleveland,
Sounds
what a
fucking
shithole.
terrible. Oh, is that where her family is?
Yeah, what a piece of shit city that is. God, I hate it. But we were there to visit her family for Christmas. My girl and I both got COVID, and we
Nice.
went to her aunt's house, and her cousin Kooky, literally that's his name. I don't know
Oh,
what
it's
his.
him.
It's him, or is that
That
Kookie's the
sounds
girl?
like a fucking female.
They all
name,
have
right?
weird nicknames. It's Ohio.
okay.
It's Ohio. Just let it go. But we go there, and he's like, "Oh, you drinking? You drink?" I'm like, "I have COVID." He's like, "Don't be fucking gay."
Wait,
And
you're
then
there with them? You're like, I have COVID.
They
and
were
he's
like, "We
okay.
don't care."
Oh.
Like we were just gonna stay at my girl's dad's house. Like we were like, we can't go to the party. Like we have COVID. And
yeah.
this is December of 2020, by the way, and everyone there was like, "Stop being queers and come through." And we were like, "Okay."
Jesus Christ.
And we went there, and her cousin was like, "I got to show you something." And then he just brought me to his room and showed me like a couple guns. And then he had a wall you guys can't see it, but it's about a wall the size of this. From floor to ceiling, entire thing, empty dip cans. It was nuts. And he kept wanting to show me his guns. He was like showing me like a shotgun. I'm like, this is way crazier, by the way.
There is a direct correlation between those two things.
Yes.
Between how cool you think guns are and how cool you think collecting your empty dip cans are.
Nuts.
Direct correlation.
Have you guys ever been to like in college every apartment that I went to?
You want to dip
I
again?
want to dip again.
No, I'm not in. I dipped
not
for a
in?
while. I'm not in.
I want someone to jump back in.
Fat ass log. In college, every house that I would go to, every apartment, they would always decorate with empty bottles of like alcohol.
Yeah, everyone did
course.
that. Yeah,
So
Classic.
so gay, dude.
very gay.
Dude, the
Very
fucking
gay.
headliner I worked with this weekend, I walk in, he sits down, he throws a pouch in, top lip, and then somebody brings in tacos. He starts eating tacos with the dip in
With a
his
fucking
hand.
upper decker in,
Just
dude.
like a real Southern boy. He was born in Alabama and he lives in Nashville
Yeah,
now, so
that's
it makes
American.
sense. But it was wild.
Did he have? Dude, that's fucking.
That's
rules.
disgusting.
That's cool.
I mean, if it's a pouch, if it's like a Zin, it's not even.
It was a pouch of
Oh.
dip. It wasn't a Zin or like Snus. It was
Dude,
a real.
I miss just packing a fucking huge lip, getting all lightheaded.
Dude,
Oh, I
that was
loved
like
it.
my first, like when I think back about it, about like when I started getting fucked up, that was very much one of my first things.
We've talked
of
about this,
being
but yeah, I
able
wanna
to just
do
really
this.
pack it in and just get
Oh.
like, whoo, like get
Just
cross
off your
eyed a
ass.
little bit. Yeah, on
I
some
remember-
Grizzly Wintergreen.
I remember in like 2008, maybe I was like a sophomore in high school or something,
That's hot.
and Batman. Batman yeah, hell yeah, dude. Sophomores in high school, that's what we like. Batman Arkham Asylum for the Xbox 360 just came out, and I bought it. I came home, put it in my Xbox, and packed like the biggest fucking lip that I could. Like it was all around the bottom of my mouth.
That's
to
a
where,
horseshoe.
Like, yeah, just a full horseshoe, and I started dipping less than a month prior to this. Packed that whole thing in, and I remember just like sitting in front of my desk playing this game, and I got so lightheaded that like my head like hit my desk. I was like, I couldn't hold my head up. I was like, "Whoo, baby!"
That dip will fuck you up like that, dude.
You know what
it's
I want
the
to start
best.
doing is snuff when you snort it.
Oh, I don't even
Ew.
know if they actually sell that. do
Isn't that a
they?
thing? That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool one to do.
That
I'll
is
buy
the
a
thing.
I'll buy a can of Grizzly. I'll put it in my lip. You can snort it.
I can snort it.
So there was a time in the world when Inglourious Bastards came out.
Mhm.
Brad Pitt's character is
Yeah.
doing snuff the entire movie.
Mhm.
And that was also about the time that everybody I knew was into dipping.
Mhm.
And everybody was obsessed with the idea of that.
Dude, when Fury came out with Brad Pitt,
Oh, that movie rules.
With the tanks, when he's
Mhm.
the tank commander, he has the haircut where he has the undercut and then he slicks it back.
Mhm.
I think about 1 out of every 5 Marines that I knew got that haircut.
Really?
It was
I
crazy.
get it.
Speaking of haircuts, I forgot.
You got a new one.
I forgot. I did get a haircut today. My
That's good.
barber, Crooked Finger, who we love, hello,
Good girl.
said that your haircut fucking sucks, Josh.
My haircut?
Not your haircut now because it's all grown out, but when you got your fresh cut, he said he could fix you up.
My girlfriend does them. I'm not offended.
Ariel
fades-
does
Yeah,
those?
she'll fade me up,
That's
bro.
why they suck, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What am I gonna pay? He's gonna charge. You know, she wouldn't.
Yeah, dude.
She wouldn't. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, dude,
Wait.
you gotta pay to get a good haircut.
Wait, Ariel cuts your hair?
Yeah.
Aw.
It's actually pretty good then.
It's actually pretty intimate.
Yeah,
I've never
she's-
thought about
My
I
wife
thought
will not
just like a
shave my
barber
head.
who wasn't that good at fade.
No,
cuts
dude, I
your
wouldn't.
hair.
I wouldn't pay for a haircut. Like,
Really?
That's
not
crazy.
anymore. I had to get a haircut every week for fucking 4 years. Like, I don't want to get a hair. Like, I let my shit go unless she'll do it. And then she gets to a point where she's like, okay, I need to give you a haircut. It's sick. It's a good system, dude.
I wish my lady shaved my head. My
you
girl
need it,
will
dude.
not.
Did you not fix that patch in the back? It's
Nope.
still there.
Still
from
there.
last week.
Still
What
there.
the fuck, dude? What are you doing with your
That
life?
shit's longer
You
than his
didn't have
beard right
time?
back here.
I don't
You
want
didn't
to.
have time to just went. You
I don't
know
wanna.
where they are, though.
I don't
now.
wanna.
Dude.
Now it's just a matter of pride.
Jeff is such a cross between like I look fresh as hell and disheveled old guy who gave up. Like it's such a weird.
It's a weird
It
line
depends on
that
the
I
day.
walk.
Yes, it is, but we love that you walk it.
Yeah. Some days I'm feeling real good, and some days I'm like, yeah, I missed a patch in the back of my head. Who cares?
You also kind of have ear hair now that I'm looking at it.
Oh, in my ears?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a lot of ear
That's
hair.
crazy.
You should see my nostrils.
Oh, dude, yuck, dude, you're hairy as hell, bro.
Yeah, you should see the shaft of my penis.
No, well,
We talked about that. It is hilarious that you have hair
all
On
the
the
way
shaft.
up, all the way to the head.
everywhere, man.
all the way up, all the way down.
I call that thing my gorilla.
My gorilla. Hey, hey.
We're at an hour.
We're at an hour.
Thank God.
At least.
At least. All right. Well, hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the podcast. All right. Share clips that we have with your friends and give them a little feeler. Be like, hey, do you think this is funny? If you do, check out the
Look at
whole
these
podcast.
3 gay guys.
We have stickers for sale. We have stickers for sale. Message us individually about that on our Instagrams. Instagrams are in the bio.
We'll also be in New Orleans on September 2nd. If you guys want to come, I know we have new followers and shit.
What
so
is
if
the,
anybody's in that area, Comedy House NOLA, which is in New Orleans.
We have 2 shows. We have a
7 and a 9. So come to that if you want.
Also, I've had a couple people ask me if we have things other than stickers. We have T-shirts. They're coming. We're going to launch a website with merch when we hit 10,000 YouTube subscribers.
So if you're one of those people who wants more merch, share this shit with your friends, make them subscribe. Share our clips, like a lot of our following and what we do, and probably how you found out about this is a clip on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. The algorithms are a mystery to all of us, but what we do know is if people like them and share them and comment on them quickly when they see them, it does help push it out. So if you want us to get more subs, do that. Other than that,
stay being good girls.
keep being good girls. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye. That's a good one.